In Read, Write, Roar, we're going to practice writing our own names in our own sandboxes. Then we'll talk about what you like to do in a sandbox, besides write letters. Let's go, Read, Write, Roar.
This program is made possible in part by the Kresge Foundation, the Lauren and Philip Fisher Fund for Children and Education, the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, the State of Michigan, and by viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Read, Write, Roar. Can you all do that with me? Let's practice. Ready? Read, write, roar. Yes, that's it. All right, let's start with a song. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you've ever played in a sandbox, let me know. If you've ever played in a sandbox, let me know. If you've ever played in a sandbox at the park or your backyard, if you've ever played in a sandbox, let me know. So today, I actually have a sandbox. And I'm wondering, have you ever played in a sandbox before? You have? Elena, tell me something you've played in a sandbox.
At my school.
You played in a sandbox at your school. And what do you like to do in the sandbox?
We dig out like fossils.
You like to dig out fossils. That's one of my favorite things to do. And Lexi, tell me what you've done in a sandbox.
Play!
You played. I see you moved your fingers around. Do you sometimes dig your fingers in the sand? Yeah, digging your fingers in the sand is a fun thing to do. I sometimes when I go to the beach, I use a shovel and a bucket or a pail and I play in the sandbox. So today we are going to actually use our sandboxes to write letters. And we're going to start by writing the letter in my name. The first letter in my name is the letter M. Can you all say M? Say M. M. And M represents the M sound. Make the M sound. That's for Mrs. Cologne. See, my name is Mrs. Cologne, and it starts with the letter M. Yeah, we're going to then use our finger, Lexi, and we're going to make the letter M. When I make the letter M, I'm going to start at the top, make a long line down, lift my finger up, go back to the top, make a long line down, a long line up, and end with a long line down. I made the letter M for Mrs. Cologne. Now you get to make letters in the sand. Here's a sandbox for Elena, and here's a sandbox for Lexi. Let's see if I can find your names. This name starts with the letter A for Elena. Elena, you can make your name in the sand. And this card starts with the letter L. The L represents the L sound. Lexi, this is the letters for your name. Let's practice writing. So Elena, let's start at the top. Make a long line down. Go back to the top. Make a long line down. And then a short line in the middle. You made the letter A for Elena. Now, Lexi, it's your turn. Yeah, we're going to make the letter L in your name. Ready? Take your finger, start at the top. Make a long line down. Ready? Take your finger to the top. Yep, long line down. And then a short line to the side. You made the letter L for Lexi. Yeah, now you're poking holes. Can you flatten it out? Push it down. And then we can make another L. Ready? See the L in your name, Lexi? Start at the top. Get your pointer finger ready. Ready? Go to the top, make a long line down. And then a short line to the side. You did it! You made the letter L for Lexi. All right, go ahead and explore. So Elena, today we're going to play a game by laying on the floor. And by laying on the floor, we're going to practice building some muscles and some strength in our shoulders, our arms, and our fingers. So this is going to help us later on when we have to start really writing a lot. So get out your pinchers just like this, and we're going to pick up these bears by using your pinchers. Pick it up and put it into the bowl that matches the same color. But the tricky part of this game is that you have to cross the midline or the middle of your body. So this hand, I'm going to put a piece of tape to remind you, will be the only hand that can pinch and pick up the red bears. And this hand will be the only one that can pick up the green bears. Do you think you can remember to do that? And then let's alternate. So first pick up a green bear and then put it in the bowl. And then pick up the red bear. There you go. The green one, the red one. It's like a pattern. It repeats over and over again. You alternate or switching. Yeah, that colorful tape helps to remind you which one to pick up. All right, thanks for playing. Lexi, I'm so glad you're here. I want to play a game with you. We're going to play a game where you actually get to be an alligator. Let me see your little alligator pinchers go like this. Yeah, and we're going to feed the alligator and build the muscles in our fingers. That's going to help us later for when we're learning to write. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually also cross the midline or the middle of your body. So I have some tape to help you. This alligator can only reach over here to pick up the green bears and put in his dish for eating later. And this hand can only reach over here to pick up the red bears so that he has snack for later. All right, do you think you can do that? Use your pinchers and pick them up. All right, go this way. Pick up a green one and then put it in the dish. Now use this hand to pick up a red one. Pick it up. Use your pinchers, put it in that one. All right, now walk them over here. Walk them over here. Pinch it and pick it up. Yeah, put it in there. Now walk this one over here. Walk it over here. This red hand. Hey, red hand, come over here. Get me a red bear. Pinch it. Pick it up. Put it in there. Green bear. Let's hop one over. Put it in the dish. Up. Oh, you can do that one too. Is it going to eat all the food? Now, yeah. You did it. Thanks for playing. All right, so we flattened it out. And then you were showing me to do something else, Lexi. What else can we do with our sand in our sandbox? We flattened it out. Oh, it's kind of like rain falling down. Have you ever been outside to play in the rain?
Last time Stacy went to school and we was outside.
You were outside?
In the rain.
In the rain? What did you do outside in the rain?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Just ran back and straight into the house.
You were showing me earlier how to make a dinosaur. Oh, just like that. You push it together at dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Again, I know. What do you know about dinosaurs? Do you know what they used to eat when they roamed the earth?
Leaves.
Leaves, they did. They used to eat leaves. I'm wondering, if I make yours something to eat, what should I make it to eat? So
Lettuce.
they won't. Lettuce. All right, I'll eat lettuce. Sometimes I eat lettuce for salad. What's some things you like to eat?
Chocolate.
Chocolate? Oh, chocolate's one of my favorites. I like chocolate cake. What else do you like to eat?
Chicken and peas and ketchup and broccoli.
Chicken and peas and ketchup and broccoli? You have a delicious assortment of food that you like to eat. And if you had something for dessert, that's usually a sweet treat at the end, what would you like to have?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. So Elena, remember earlier you told me you play at the Sandbox at your school? Yeah, what are some things you like to do?
I had a class where we made foods, and then we just played with things.
You play with things?
And now I'm in different classes.
Now you're in a different class. Oh, and you said you used to make things? What are some things you used to make?
Food.
Food? Have you ever made food in a sandbox? No. One time I actually used sand and I added water and I made mud pie. Have you ever made a mud pie? No. Oh, we'll have to do that. What do you think I would add if I made a mud pie? What do you think? Water and sand. What if I wanted sprinkles on top? What do you think I could add for sprinkles? Thinking maybe rocks, or what would I use leaves for? Maybe I'm thinking for part of a pie, the pie crust. I could put leaves on a pie crust. Thanks, Elena. There are 2 areas of focus in today's lesson: writing names and having extended conversations with children. Using a child's name to practice handwriting is a double win. Not only are they practicing forming their letters correctly, but it's a very personal practice. Names are part of a child's identity, and having pride in identity promotes self-confidence. Using sand is a great way to practice writing because sand is fairly accessible material for everyone. Also, it's very tactile, meaning it connects to a child's sense of touch. A fairly inexpensive alternative to sand that nearly all houses have is salt. Practicing writing letters does not have to be done with paper and pencil. Getting your child to give it a try, knowing that they do not have to be perfect, is the most critical piece of writing. Having a conversation with your child helps to expand their language. A conversation is a true back and forth, meaning you take a turn, then the child, then back to you, and so on. Asking open-ended questions or giving open-ended prompts to children gives them an opportunity to respond with more than a yes or a no. Their answers will help lead you naturally into a response that keeps the conversation going. So, if you're not sure how to respond during a conversation, tell me more about that is usually a great way to keep things going. Now that we have shared a few ideas, head outside with your child and give them a try. What a great time we had today. We practiced writing our names in sandboxes. You told me all of the fun things you do. And we practiced writing the first letter of our name. I wrote the letter M for Mrs. Cologne. You wrote the letter A for Elena. And Lexi, you practiced writing the letter L for Lexi. When you go, I know that was so exciting. Now, when you go for a walk in your neighborhood or when you go to school, look and see if you can find something that starts with the first letter of your name. All right, let's get ready. Say, see you next time on Read, Write, Roar.
This program is made possible in part by the Preschool Foundation, the Lauren and Philip Fisher Fund for Children and Education, the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, the State of Michigan, and by viewers like you. Thank you.